Yo, what's going on? It's Luis here, and in today's video you're gonna learn exactly how to create the type of videos on social media that produces a shift in people's minds. And this will allow you to take a person from not knowing about you to becoming a fan, to becoming a follower, from not doing business with you to giving you money. You'll be actually able to take somebody from hating you to loving you, all of this through the power of social media videos. And this training is not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a hard one, so brace yourself. But after this training, once you go through all of this, you're gonna become better than 90% of influencers and creators out there, because you're gonna know exactly how the human mind works, what people want when they watch your content, and how to tie that with what you are gonna offer. Because this is the problem. We have a lot of influencers, a lot of people with following, but they cannot produce results. They don't have influence. They are called influencers, but they don't have influence. I was talking with somebody on the phone and they did a promotion with an influencer. They had like 50,000 followers, not a big one, but she was saying that gets like 500 views on her stories. That's nothing basically. Probably, as it happened with a lot of people, they just got lucky, got an audience, and right now they are influencers, but they don't know exactly how they got there. And they don't know how to create the type of videos that are actually producing some results. But I know, so that's why I'm doing this training. And this is the shift system. And also I was thinking to turn this into a full-on course, and I could actually stretch the content for whatever hours I want and sell as a course. But I wanted to compress everything as much as possible so I can give to you the most value-packed training that you can possibly get. And prepare yourself, because it's gonna get a bit hard, especially in the beginning. It's a lot of new things probably, but once you understand them and you internalize it, then it's gonna change everything that you know about content. And because of that, I didn't turn it in a course, I put it in one training. So I give you only the meat, no fat, no nothing, just the meat. This is like the best of the best that you can get. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, why a shift? Because I said so, and it's my training and I said so. Of course, I'm kidding. The shift, it's important because a shift means a change, and because every single person who's watching your content wants a change, otherwise they wouldn't watch it. And once you realize and identify the type of change they want to see, you hold in your hands exactly what they want. And this can be a change of state because they are bored, so they want to be not bored anymore. A change of life situation because they don't like what's happening in their life. A change of mood because they are depressed and they want to feel good. Or a change of financial situation because they don't have money, they want to buy stuff, so they want the money to buy the stuff. So that's really important to know that whatever or whoever is watching your video, they want a change. So they have this bad situation and they want a better situation, and they can do this through the change. But the problem is that something stops them from producing this change. Otherwise, they would already have done it. And where you come into this picture is that you are going to provide them with the means to change. And when you become the agent of change for them, then you automatically have authority in their minds. So this is you with a lot of hair that created change in their mind, and right now you have decisional power in their mind. So this is really, really important to remember as we go down through this training. And the reason why this is important is because they start to follow you, they start to trust you, and they become a loyal customer, a loyal fan, because you help them. And that's when you have the audience for the rest of your life. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history so you know exactly how I know that this is working and why this is different. Well, understanding how the mind works, and especially the question why people are doing what they are doing, was something that I was passionate about since I was a kid. Since I can remember, I had that question in my mind. I don't know why. And this led me into studying psychology, looking at explanation and practical applications, which I was kind of shocked when I learned that other people are actually studying this. And then between 16 and 19 or 20, I was a mentalist. I was studying mentalism, reading people's minds, and hypnosis. And I actually had the segment on national news when I had a show in a theater on the stage at the age of 18. And by the age of 18, I basically studied this, practiced it, and I was like, I don't know what to do next. And then I discovered online marketing. And I realized at 20 that I can take everything that I know from all of these areas and my passion as well and put it into something that can produce money. And in the beginning, yes, it was about the money. So I started at 19, I had absolutely nothing, like zero savings, zero, nothing, nobody to help me. And by 20, I was already living in Bali with my friends. And since then I traveled and stayed years in places like Bali, Malaysia, Vietnam. Then I went through Europe, stayed in Barcelona, and then recently I just came back from Brazil. The reason why I'm saying this is not to boast or whatever, is that people actually are interested in this. They like to hear about this. But what was better for me during all of this is that I actually got access to the information that I wanted. So a lot of information that is not necessarily available for everybody, because it's really hard to find it. I was lucky enough, let's call it, to get it and to study it and to internalize it and then to start using to get the results. And last year alone, using this type of videos that I'm gonna show you, which are really easy to create once you know how it's working, we were able to produce around $2.3 million for a local business. Now, why is this important? It's because the audience was limited, as we were targeting neighborhoods. And the product that we were using or we were selling was running on disposable income, meaning it's not something that people need. It's not like food or shelter. It's something that is a luxury, let's say. By doing this, using the principle that I'm going to teach you, we were able to produce $2.3 million. And now imagine if you're targeting entire cities or entire countries or even international. And that is the power of the shift system. So get ready, because today you'll get an entire map, an entire system that will make you better than 90% of the creators out there, which right now they just copy each other. That's why you see all the advices being the same, all the hooks that they tell you being the same. Everybody's doing the same thing. There's nobody doing something different. And after today, after you watch this training, you are going to be able to do that, to be different. And right now, 90% of the creators are just copying each other. There's no differentiation, only in the superficial stuff. People put them in the same spot because they cannot make a difference between them. So it's either this or that, and the only thing that they decide is things like price, for example, which you don't want to be in that situation. And they compete with everything and with everybody. As a creator, you compete with YouTube, you compete with the cinemas, you compete with everything that is entertainment. And as a business, you compete with all the other businesses out there. So when you do this, what I'm going to teach you, you will stand out and they won't have an option besides you to choose from. And you become that person, that thing in their mind. And this is when you can actually grow your business, grow your following, and do whatever you want. And most importantly, you're going to become more confident in yourself, knowing that you can produce the type of videos that creates a shift in people's minds. And then you can show them exactly why they should choose you, and then you can promote whatever you have. You can grow your business and you can focus on what really matters. And this is shift. Before we get started and show you the map of this entire training, let's give credit where credit is due. As I was saying, I studied this for like 15 years, but a big impact was a guy named Alen Sultanic, whose trainings were helped me a lot to nail down the practical stuff. So if you want to check him out, a lot of what you're going to see here is based on his training as well, his mindset exercises. So after this, I'm going to leave some links. You can go check it out if you want to learn the hardcore marketing stuff. It's really good. So let's check the map, what we have here. First, part one is going to be a primary movers of human behavior, biology, sociology, and psychology. And in this training, the first part is the hardest one. So I want you to take maybe 30 minutes. I'm not exactly sure how long this is going to get, but take as much time as necessary, maybe 1 hour, close everything, turn your phone off, because we are going to get really, really deep into the human psyche, what influences behavior, basically everything that you need to know to be able to create the type of videos that you want to create that will get you the type of results that you want to get. So take your time, make sure that you're focused, all your energy goes here. Take notes, you can ask me questions after, put them in the comments, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to reply. But again, the first part is the hardest one and it requires your attention, simply put. But yeah, part one is going to be about this. You're going to learn why people consume content and what type of content you should create. And then we move to the second part, which is strategy and creator identity. This is going to be a bit hard as well, but easier than the first one. So we are going to get super deep and get out knowing a bunch of stuff. And at the end is going to be the easiest part, where I show you how to create the videos in itself. And here we have pre-existing identities and why content fails. And also, if you if you don't necessarily feel comfortable in front of the camera, this is going to help you a lot. It's going to show you how to bypass all of that and basically become comfortable in front of the camera easy or fast. Then we have paid versus organic, because I know this is an important topic. Everybody asks me about it. So which one you should do. Then the part 3 is going to be funnel and profile strategy. And from here we start the actual practical training, let's say, that some of these things you can find in other people, but it won't work if you don't have the first part. So again, I'm emphasizing the first part because that is the most important thing. It can actually change the way that you look at things. And when you're going to see a video, you're going to just see the matrix behind it, let's call it. You're going to be able to break it down and see exactly what's going on. And when a video is working, you don't have to copy it. You look at the elements and identify why the video is working and just make it your own, without copying. So you're gonna know and you will be able to make it better. And I believe that's a power that it's really good to have when you have a business or when you want to build a following. In the part 3, the funnel and profile strategy, the flow, the conversion mechanism of your profile, and I'm gonna give you a few examples. After that, we have part 4, the anatomy of a great video. I'm gonna give you an overview, what makes a great video. We are gonna talk about the hook, which is really talked about. I'm going to show you exactly what type of hooks I'm using for basically the clients that I was saying that we produce this much money. And also I'm going to show you the shift framework, which is going to help you create good videos from the beginning without guessing, without nothing. And then I'm going to show you some other timeless frameworks if you want to extend your knowledge and maybe you want to extend to YouTube videos or whatever, may want to create like longer videos. This is going to help you. And then how to turn ideas into videos step by step, so you can start right now and just get out there, get going. Now the part 5, editing with impact. This is going to show you exactly what to look for when you edit the videos, what makes a good edit. And I'm not talking about necessarily like the visual stuff, which are great. We're going to talk in the end about this, like creating like videos that look different. I'm talking about really simple edits because I'm not a video editor. I don't like to create videos and not to create, but to edit videos, to spend like 5 hours just to make a video. And if you are a business owner, probably you don't want this. And if you're a creator, maybe you just want to create the videos as I'm talking right now, not necessarily to stay and edit. And I'm going to show you these dimensions. I'm going to break them down. And once you know this and you apply this, you're going to be able to make videos that work without spending hours upon hours on editing them. It's going to be simple, but it's going to be powerful. Then we are going to move to part 6, where I'm going to edit a video live. So I show you all the concepts that I explained, how they are working and how I'm thinking about, or how I'm structuring my process when I'm creating a video. And after that, the last part is going to be part 7, hacking the algorithm and other growth tools. And we are going to talk about if it matters to put hashtags, if it's helping, matters when you post, how often, what's trend, how to use them, how to abuse the platform to get whatever you want out of it. And then we're going to talk about some automations, because one thing that I'm seeing is a lot of people who are not necessarily into social media that much. They are not influencers. They just want to get the message out there. They want to reach some clients, some people. A lot of people don't have time to post, and maybe they don't want to hire somebody to take care of their social media. So there are some automations that you can use where you just click something and all of your content goes to different social media platforms. So we are going to talk about this as well. So I hope I got you excited. I hope you are ready to learn, because this is the shift system. And we get started with part 1, primary movers of human behavior, biology, sociology, and psychology. Why people watch content, what drives them to act, and how to create content that moves them. Well, first we have to understand the ranking of this. So biology controls sociology and controls psychology. The primal mover is biology, which is survival and reproduction. Biology controls the other two. The next one is sociology, which is safety and status. And the last one is psychology. And you'll notice that most people will try to influence the psyche, because this is the only thing that we have access to it, but they don't know how the psyche works. They do stuff that and hope it's working, and when something is working, everybody copies them. But they don't know exactly why it's working. Being online, we can control sociology just to a certain extent. And the first thing that we have access to is the psyche. And when we are doing this correctly, it will affect the perception of sociology and biology. And we are going to be able to move people. to where we want. So let's get started with why people consume content. And this is different than how to get attention. It's really different because this is the underlying psychology of content consumption. Think about it as the product. This is the product. You have to create a good product, and the attention is the marketing. So this is a really important distinction. So before we get into how to create content, we have to make sure that people will consume the content. And all the money, all the change, all the action is happening in consumption. Doesn't matter how good your product is if nobody is using it. So knowing that all the money is in consumption, not production, we have to understand first why and how people are consuming the content so we can prepare our videos. And the only reason why people are consuming content is because they believe it will give them something more valuable than their time, something that they don't have right now, they want, and they are willing to spend their time and attention on. Exactly as I was saying, they want a change. They are in a bad situation, they want to get in a better situation. So in other words, they want a shift. And they believe and hope that the content that you have will provide that change for them. So knowing all of this, is it fair to say that people consume content because they have a problem they want to solve? For example, if they watch a movie, they are probably bored and believe the movie will change their situation. Boredom is a mass problem, so the entertainment industry is massive. The bigger and more urgent the problem is, the more likely they are to consume your content. So survival is a primal biological motivator, so people watch the news because it threatens their survival. Like if you watch the news, it's always this country bombed that country, the economy is gonna collapse, this person murdered that person. It's just like craziness. And something bad is always happening, and they move towards something bad, and this motion is important, keep in mind. So as I was saying, that's why the news is always negative, and that's why it has so much influence over the people watching it, because it threatens their survival. And that's also the reason why people come back and watch it again, so they know what's going on in the world and around them, so they can prepare and be safe again. Same goes for this video. Most likely you're watching this video because you too have a problem and believe that this video has the solution. Now, what type of content should you create? Now that we know, we can move forward into understanding what type of content you should create for your audience. In order to do this, we have to consider three major points. What is the real problem that our audience has? So this is really important. How urgent the problem is, and then the limitation of your audience. And we are talking mostly about the energy and time, but you're going to see exactly how this links into everything. So the first step is to identify the real problem. Now, a problem is nothing more than a limitation, and a limitation is something that gets into the way of them doing or getting something else. Exactly as in the example before, they are in a bad situation and they want to get in a good situation. They have to do this through a change, but they cannot change it because something stops them. They have a limitation. So when you remove that limitation, they are able to create that change and to go in a better situation. So this is the underlying principle here. This is really important to understand. But for example, let's say you help people to lose weight. Them being too heavy is not the problem. The problem is that they don't see themselves as attractive maybe, so they can't find a partner. Or they would like to play with their kids, but they can't move. Or if they are really, really big, they might actually have health issues which threatens their survival. So the way gets in the way of them having, doing, or being something else. And that's a limitation. And that is the real problem. So the real problem is that they cannot do these things, not necessarily that they have the weight. If you're helping people to learn how to make money online, them not having the money is not the real problem. The problem is that they like to enjoy a certain lifestyle, to buy certain things, to feel secure maybe, but they cannot because they have a lack of money. So they are looking to learn how to make money, to fill that lack and to get the things that they want to get. And the same is with this training. Chances are, especially if you didn't jump to the video editing part yet, you don't want to learn how to create content for the sake of creating content. More likely, you would like to grow a brand, your personal following, to get more clients and do more business. And you believe that this can be done through social media videos. But you want to do them right from the beginning, so you found me and now you are watching this video. So when I'm talking about what you'll get from this video, I won't say you learn how to make videos so you can post them. I will say something like you will learn how to make high converting videos that once posted on social media will bring you new clients on autopilot and will allow you to grow your brand and business. Sounds a bit different and talks about what you want to achieve, what you want to get. And a good exercise for this, if it's applicable for your business, is to know down what's the internal state of somebody who's watching your content. How they feel before watching it, what they hope to feel after, and also what results do they wish they could get. and they cannot, and you are helping them with that. Now let's move to the second step, which is the urgency spectrum. Once we know the problem, we analyze the urgency of the problem. So the more urgent the problem, there's more desire, and the more you can charge or easier it is to sell. The more urgent the problem is, the less you have to use psychology because it sweeps into sociology or biology, the more direct you can be with your approach and the more risk they will take to solve the problem. For example, you will never think about pushing your arm into the bear's throat. Like never, probably. Maybe. Probably no. But let's say a bear is attacking you, you are in the forest alone, and that is your last chance. Now, pushing your arm into his throat, thinking that you might survive, becomes a viable option, and you might actually do it without thinking much about it. So that means that you have an urgent problem and you don't have time to negotiate, you don't have much of a leash there to basically think about stuff, you just have to get that solution. Another example, if somebody has a few pounds or kilograms more than they would like, but their six-pack is still visible, just not as much as they would like, probably a pill to lose weight magically is not that appealing to them. It's like, yeah, sure, maybe I want it, maybe I know, depends what are the risks, how much it costs. But if you have the same person or maybe another person that is really big and the doctor says if you don't lose like 10 kilograms or whatever pounds in 30 days or like in 7 days, you are gonna die. Probably that pill for that person becomes something that they would pay whatever they need to pay for. So this is how the urgency changes the solution that you are offering, and your videos are going to be changed as well. And it's really important to talk about this because before you start your business, you can choose what problem to address. And also if you started your business already, you can change the angle of the problem and you can make people aware that this is an urgent problem. And once you do that, it's going to become way easier to sell what you have to sell or to make people follow you or whatever. So to complete this, let's qualify the problems into urgent, medium priority, and low priority. And sometimes here they don't even know that they have the problem. And the problem and how pressing the problem is will determine the type of content that you create. So types of content, you can have direct, which is a how to get rid of fat, how to create this, how to assemble a table, whatever. It's indirect. Why do you feel like you are not making progress in life? Why do you feel like you don't do this correctly? Why do you feel you are not able to do that? And then it's educational and motivational. As a rule, all the content or most content should be educational. And again, I'm speaking here probably most for the people who want to sell something online. I don't think there are many people who just want to build like a creator career and to get sponsorships and stuff like that. If that's the case, probably you can go more into motivational and just having fun, like entertainment. But if you want to sell something and if you have a business and want to build an audience to sell something to them, then your content should be a little bit educational because that's where the change is happening. The educational content is really hard to consume. For example, what we are doing right here is educational content, which I know I shouldn't do in theory, but I believe that people who are watching this, because a lot of people ask me, so I kind of did it personal for a couple of people, they really want to watch this and they are ready to be educated. So I'm going really hard into the educational, especially in the beginning, but it's hard to consume. But once you watch this, things are going to change inside you and you are going to realize stuff, and it's going to basically create that shift that I was talking about. The problem here is that people are not consuming this. So most people want something motivational, and what you have to do is disguise this educational content into motivational content, or actually the other way, you want to disguise the motivational content to look like educational content. So at the end, they feel like they learned something. And most videos on how to create content today are like that. They look like educational, but they are motivational. That's why people are not getting results. And it's like, I don't know, top 3 things to do to get 1 million followers. Then the video starts and posts daily. It's like, what the fuck? Is like, this is not helping. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between the educational and motivational. You should know your audience first and create that based on them. But as a rule, the content should be mostly motivational. And when they want some education, they can get into your funnel, they can contact you, they can get on your profile, get your program or whatever. But this is what I would suggest. And this is the rule, let's say. Now, step 3, the limitations of your audience. This is crucial to understand because you cannot sell something that goes against somebody's limitation. An extreme case, let's say you want to sell shoes to a person that has no legs. Probably it's close to impossible. A more realistic example would be somebody trying to sell a new Porsche to somebody whose budget is $10,000 and does not have access to credit. Whatever they are doing cannot pay for that, so it's impossible because it's against their limitation. This means that you have to work with your audience's limitation. So to better understand the limitations, we have to look at the biological limitations first, because this dictates the rest. We have the energy and we have time. From these two come the risk tolerance. If you sell stuff to normal people, most of them will also have a lack of money as one of their main limitation, but not always, so don't get caught into that. But it's important to mention. And this is true because lack of money is the main reason why they don't have time and energy. So if they have money, they will get their time and energy back. Hence, the lotto, for example, is so popular because it's free money, and once they are not working, they have all the time and energy in the world, at least in their mind. What tells us the level of the energy and the time that they have, and implicitly how risk averse they are? Their age. Age-based limitations are usually based on how much energy and time they have. From the lack of energy and time comes fear, how much risk they can tolerate. So for example, if I just turned 20, and this was actually my thought process when I first left my country and went to live in other countries, in Bali for like a year or so. My thought process was, if I lose everything, if I go there, I lose everything, I come back with no money, I come back, somebody beats me or whatever happens, does not matter, and I lose everything, like everything. Worst case, I'm back and I'm still young and I can go finish 3 colleges and I can get a job and I can get a wife if that's what I want to make it or whatever. The risk was not there. The only risk was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose some time. But I was still young, I had energy and I had time, even if I lost a lot or I was losing a lot in that case. But if somebody just turned 50 and they lost their job, their house, their partner, and I don't know, their life savings or whatever, that impacts them way more than would impact a 20-year-old, because they don't have time and they don't have energy to take everything back. As a rule, younger people can take more risk and they move fast because they can process information faster, and older people don't like to take risk and they move slower because they process information slower. So what all of this means is that your content has to control the perception of what you are offering. How easy it is to get it, how fast is this gonna happen, how risky it is. If there's a mismatch between the limitation and the way that they are going to get what you promise, they won't take action. And as a rule, this is more like a spectrum. The 20 to 30, they process information really fast and you have to have a lot of action. 30 to 40, somehow fast, a lot of action again, but a bit of education. 40 to 50, balance between education and information because they have more time, I'd say, or they move slower, so they need more time. And 50 to 60 is leaning towards information. They want to be safe before they start something. But I believe this makes sense. You can see it everywhere. And you have to know your audience as well, because if you talk with entrepreneurs that are 50 and they are successful, probably they are going to be quite fast when they process information, and when they take decisions, it's going to be super fast. But on the other side, you might actually have other people that are younger but come from a bad situation, let's say, and they are full of fear, so they are gonna take decisions way slower and they need more time. So depends on your audience, you have to know. Now, step 4, the mechanism of attention, which is really important. So the first step in making consumable content is to capture their attention so they can watch your video. If they don't pay attention to it, they won't see it, and if they don't see it, they won't consume it, and if they don't consume it, there will be no change, and if there's no change, nobody gets what they want. So to understand attention, we have to start with awareness, because we can't pay attention to something that we are not aware of. Attention comes from movement. We notice something when it moves. If it's still, we don't notice it. This movement can mean literal movement or something that is out of the ordinary. Think contrast, because that's the first step in gaining awareness, and contrast is going to be an important topic, as I was mentioning before in this training. Predators, for example, they stay still when they hunt. When the prey is not looking, they move. Once we notice something, it gets our attention. In the context of social media, the attention span is surprisingly short and is getting shorter. The average attention span of a human is about 8.25 seconds, but it starts from 2 seconds. And because somebody will watch between 2 to 8 seconds of the video and decide if they want to watch it further, the first seconds of it are the most important and has to dictate the rest of the motion. What this means is what is moving, where is moving to, or what is changing and is changing into what. The next level of this is how we can do it too, because if you're paying attention to that video, it's most likely you need something that video might offer you. So that's why you are actually paying attention. And knowing all of this, now you understand the importance of the hook, which is the first 3, 5, 10 seconds, basically the first part of the video. And if you do movement correctly, people lose awareness of time. And because as you gain something, you always have to lose something. So in the sense of awareness, you lose the sense of time. When you lose awareness of time, you don't measure it. And when you don't measure it, you spend it all. And this is how you get massive consumption. And all the consumption is done via time. When they are unaware of time, they spend time without thinking and thus consume more. And all consumption arises out of movement. The last bit is a copy paste from one of the Alan Sultanic's training, which again, give credit where credit is due. This is the first part, and congrats, because now you know more than I'd say 90% of the people out there on what goes behind a video. You know how attention works, you know the limitations of your audience and how to work with them, you have the urgency spectrum in mind, and then you know what is the real problem, and this is crucial. Knowing all of these, putting them together is crucial. This is why people consume content, and now we are moving to the second part. This is part 2, strategy and creator identity. Pre-existing identities to choose from if you have a hard time starting. Again, this is not something that you should adopt religiously, because this will give you the training wheels, will help you start, but at the same time, once you get used to it, it will limit you. So it's really, really good if you don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, if you judge yourself a lot and you would like to get started, but seems like you cannot start. This is really good. But then I encourage you as a creator, even if it's a business, even if you do like videos for businesses or whatever you do to get clients, when you have that hunch of creativity, that thing that comes inside you, just go for it. Even if it's not following the rules that I set right here, just go for it, because that's when the magic happens and that's where you want to get. Because at some point, your brain is going to internalize everything and then it's just going to give you what you need without thinking about it. Because that's what's happening to me and I know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's basically where you want to be, and just trust yourself. Trust yourself, don't judge yourself. And if you want to create a video that I was saying goes against everything that I said, do it. So then first we have the guide, and then we have first the hero and first the mirror apparently. So first we have the guide. This is a teacher, an explainer, a strategist. You take a position of power, I'd say, of authority. You want to empower people because you know something that they don't know, and you can use frameworks, you can use logic, clarity to change their perspective. And this is really good for coaches, consultants, service providers, where you have to know something more than your audience. Then you have the hero that shares personal stories, transformations, leads by example. You don't have to know things already. You are in a journey right here and you can make mistakes, and you share the mistakes, you share what you learn. And it's basically kind of like a friend that is really bold, that have balls. Basically, that's it. And you are inspiring others by showing what's possible. And it's really good for fitness, mindset, personal growth, where people kind of relate to you in a way, but you go a bit further than they do. And then you have the mirror, which is relatable, it's vulnerable, it's real, connects through shared experiences, speaks how the audience feels, and it's good for lifestyle, wellness coaches, and social commentary. And again, this is just a normal person with opinions, I'd say. And there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of vlogs like this, a lot of people who are doing this. So you just film yourself and you speak what everybody else is thinking. Something like that. And as I was saying, don't limit yourself to one. You can do all of them. There's no rule. This is what I want you to understand. Once you understand that there's no rule to content creation, your mind is gonna be free. And once you are free, the creativity can come, can inspire you, and then is when you create like real magic. But this comes with time. So don't limit yourself. Just allow yourself to experiment. Look at this as a game, because it's a game. It's not serious. I'm giving you what you want to have, or I'm giving you the structure because also maybe you want to make money, so you have to have a good start. But besides that, it's a game. Just treat it as a game. So now let's see why content fails and what is your actual goal, because these two things are tied together. So if something failed, it means that it didn't produce the desired results. You need to know what you expect from it and what's your goal. If Your goal is just to create content, then you can create whatever it is and nothing matters. That's your goal. You just create content so you reach your goals. If your goal is to grow your social media presence, to look cool, to get followers, to impress people, then you can follow the latest trends because that will grow your followers. And if you do that, the audience won't be loyal to you, but you're going to get a lot of followers. If you want to become a creator and get brand deals, sponsorships, then you can follow trends as well, but you should choose a niche and create content in that niche, and people are going to watch you for that. And if you have a business and want to use content to get more clients and promote your business, then this training is what you need. So different goals, different strategies, different metrics, and different content formats. And clarity upfront avoids wasted time and burnout. It's really important to decide what your goal is. Probably you know, because you're watching this video already, you know what you want to accomplish. But if you don't know, decide what is important for you. So if you decided, we can go to the next one, which is organic versus paid. So the pros of the organic content. Builds a lot of trust in the beginning. It's free in money. It costs time, but it's free in money. People can binge watch your content once you have a lot, and this creates a compound effect. It can go viral, builds long-term brand equity, and it can be a playground if you're not using or used to create videos. The cons, it's time intensive, can get lower traction or can have a slower traction. Early growth can feel demoralizing because you can post 100 videos but then get no views, but maybe the 101 video just makes like 1 million followers. So it can actually happen like that. And usually that's how it happens. It can happen from the beginning, so don't get me wrong, but depends. You don't control who sees it and it's unpredictable. This is best for building a brand and you don't necessarily need money right now, you're just building it. And I would suggest everybody doing organic content. It's important. If you have time, just do it. It's gonna help a lot. Now the pros of the paid, it's fast feedback, you have a clear return on investment, you can track the KPIs like cost per click, cost per million, click-through rate, return on ad spend. So all of these gives you a mathematical approach to what you're doing, and it's really easy to see what's working, what's not working. You control your targeting, which is great if you have a specific service. It can scale instantly when it works, and it's sustainable in theory over large volumes. Now if you can get more money that you can put in, basically you can grow to infinity in theory. In practice, things look a bit different, but you can do it. And now the cons, there's a trust barrier because people say it's an ad. The financial risk if it underperforms. Platforms might punish your organic reach, so I don't recommend if you want to grow organically to run ads in parallel at the same time. And it requires skill. So if you don't know what you're doing, most likely you're gonna waste money. And that's it for the second part. Now you know the organic versus paid, you know why content fails, and you should have your goal chosen right now. And if you feel a bit uncomfortable in front of the camera, choose one of these personality, just go with that and start creating content. But again, important, have your goal because this is what we'll need next. So we move to part 3, funnel and profile strategy. Things are getting easy, things are getting lighter, and now it's time for some practical stuff. A great video is not the end, it's the beginning of a journey for the customer. Your profile and funnel is to guide the viewers from the tension to action. Number 1, the funnel flow. What we have here, usually when somebody sees your content on Instagram or on TikTok, on YouTube or wherever they see this, they go from the content, if they like it, to the profile. Then because what they see on the profile, the trust is built, you have an offer, probably link in bio or something, and then they take action on your offer. So that is basically the entire flow. This is how people are growing and producing money using organic social media videos. Now your profile as a conversion tool. If you want the practical stuff, and if you're worried that if your profile is clear, if it's done correctly, this is all you need. After this, you can rest assured that your profile is 100% optimized, and when people are coming to you, the profile is going to produce the results that you are expecting if the content is good. So first, you have the profile checklist, and you can actually download this. Probably I'm going to put it in the links below somewhere. You can download this and just make sure that you check everything and you're going to be good. So profile picture has to be clear, friendly, recognizable, or to create authority if you need authority. The name and the bio. You should state who you are and who you help and what outcome you create. Who you are, it's what's your expertise, why people should trust you, not like, hey, I'm Luis. Use language that your audience is using. And example, helping busy women lose weight without the gym. I would say I'm helping busy women losing to lose weight without the gym. And then a call to action, something simple, depends on your offer again. DM to start for a free plan, link below, one-on-one coaching or whatever. If you want them to check your other videos, you can just put it there and they are going to check the videos. Again, the call to action, it's exactly what you want them to do. Now the link, you should have one clear link. You can use like Linktree or whatever if you need multiple links. If not, you can just use one. You should have a pin video, which is your best performing content, plus one about your offer. Now the first video that is pinned, I would create a video where you talk about exactly who you are, what you're offering, and what they're gonna get from this. I'm having Instagram in mind because when you enter Instagram, also TikTok as well, but when you enter Instagram, you have that first post, so that's what they check usually. And especially if you have a nice thumbnail, and because they saw your content, they are intrigued, they're checking your profile, and then they see who you are, your entire offer right there. I think that's really, really good. And then they can decide if they want to stay or not. If they decide to not stay, they are not your ideal client, which is good. But if they decide to stay, then automatically the action is taken, and basically they tell themselves through their action that you are to be trusted, and they trust you, and then you grow in their mind, and then you have decisional power. Basically they become a fan or start to become a fan. So it's really, really good to have that there. And in your highlights, again, depends on what you're doing, but you should have proof, testimonial, transformation, questions. It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing nails, put before and after, and also like your best work if you do something special. Now the funnel compression tactics. This means that we can shorten the length of the funnel and make them take action faster. So how do we do this? We embed the CTA directly into the content. For example, at the end of the video, you say DM me to start or leave a comment under the video, something like this, but you put this directly in the video. All right, let's move to some examples. Let's go. So let's say you do coaching or consulting. You can say basically this should be your offer. The pin video, it's here's how I help my client sign her first 3 clients in 30 days. The call to action is like DM me ready if you want some plan. I put this in the comments actually, not DM me, but leave a comment. And the profile, the bio says helping new coaches land paying clients. Link booking page. Yeah, and this basically is the link. And this is the girl that I found. It's basically a random girl. You see the name. Verified, really nice. You see it's a beauty business coach, 6-figure salon owner. So basically gives you the credibility, tells you exactly what she's doing. She has the about me, which is really nice, really easy. You can do this as well if you're not good on video. It's great. She has results, exactly what I was saying. Podcast, build trust. It's basically exactly what you need. It's a clean profile. It's nice, has all the links right here. You can find everything. And if you like the content initially, there's no reason why not to follow her. Alright, that's one. Then let's say for a fitness and health expert, you can make the video like 3 foods to avoid if you're over 40 and trying to lose belly fat. Really on point. The click to action is like linking bio for my free 7-day reset, highlight clients, win testimonials. And I found this person which looked nice. Coaching, you know, it's coaching, has 6K followers. She has the team there, online coaching and founder. It's perfect. Basically, it's just on point. Has a challenge. Has a link tree, the scales, probably these are results. Pretty nice, 8-week challenge. Basically, you can find everything. Exactly the video that I was talking about. She's actually really nice. The profile is good. You have results right there. This is a good one. I like it. Let's go to a beauty local service. For example, we have a video, watch me do 15-minute glow up facial on a first time client. So this is if you have a beauty salon or whatever and you are the person there doing the work, you can do this. Now, another thing, when you're doing organic, the thing is that you won't be able to target only people around your area. So if you have a local business, then consider that a lot of your audience won't be from your city or neighborhood or whatever. So it's good to put the location in the video so they know exactly where you are. So in the profile, you have all of this, and I found this person, which has a really nice profile. So again, verified, healthy amount of followers. You have the name, permanent makeup studio, nano blading, link tree, everything is right here. It's pink. This should be somebody working for her. You have different type of the browse that she's doing or the services. Your first appointment, perfect. Everything is good. I would do a voiceover here though. I would do a voiceover here. Then lots of results. So basically some profiles that are on point, and you see it's so easy if you like the content that you're seeing on your feed to get here and follow her. You have no reason not to do it. So now you know how to create your profile. I would download the checklist and make sure that you're following everything, because it gets really easy when you know what you're doing. And as you saw, it's so easy to follow somebody when they have a profile like that, and then they post also good content. And by the way, if you like this video and you would like to see more videos like this, everything regarding online marketing, different trainings, basically what's working right now and how people are making money online, how I am making money online, stuff like this, then hit the subscribe button and maybe even the notification bell if you want to see more content, and because that will also help me grow the channel and it will make me happy, and I'm gonna have more energy doing these videos, and I'm gonna make all the videos in the world. So yes, now let's move to the juicy stuff, the things that everybody is waiting for. Part for the anatomy of a video. Embrace yourself. This one and the next chapter is gonna get a bit heavier than the previous one, which was really light, but it's gonna show you the practical stuff of what we were talking about in the beginning. So right now everything gets connected and you're gonna understand exactly why it was so powerful to understand all the concepts before we got started. Now a quick overview of the terminology. We have the script, which is the text of the video. We have the hook, which is the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds or whatever, the first part of the video. Scene, each individual segment, video, scene that makes the full video. The voiceover is the spoken script layered over the video. The sound effects basically are the sound effects, the visual effects, everything visual that is created in post-production. The caption is the text on the video that we put on top, and the background music is the music in the background, of course. Then the video preparation, some general rules. Everything should be in motion. In the first 10 seconds, change the scene every 2 seconds, and after 10 seconds, you can switch it less frequently. Use elegant sound effects for transitions if you want to use sound effects for transitions, because they have to blend with the video to go unnoticed. And more on this later. You're gonna understand why it's important. Use animated subtitles, and if you need to emphasize a scene in the first seconds, make sure you switch to a similar one after 2-3 seconds. Don't keep the same one. Now the elements of a video, really easy. We have the hook, which is the first part, the body, which is what's in the middle, we have the end, and then we have the click to action. Well, the click to action, or the call to action rather, and then sometimes blend, so might be the same thing. Now, what makes a great video? Let's make videos great again, and we start with your goal. You have to define your goal, because this dictates whether the video is good or not. Is it views? Is it action? What is it? In the beginning, what I would suggest, if you didn't make videos yet, just make your goal to post the videos, the first 10 videos or the first 20 videos, to get comfortable in front of the camera. After that, you can make a goal of integrating different elements of this training into your videos, and you're gonna get access to analytics when you start to post. So I go just step by step by step, and this way you are gonna reach your goal. Even if your goal is to get clients, at some point you're gonna reach it, and you're gonna reach it the right way. Because if you start with, yes, I want 10 clients today, maybe you are gonna get them, maybe you won't get them. But if you don't get them, you're gonna get discouraged, because your goal is so far from your control that you might be disappointed. So that's why I say just start step by step, and before you know it, you're gonna get there. And when you get there, you will have control over everything. All the parts of the video, all the parts of the process is going to be in your hand, and you can control it. And once you control it, you can basically do whatever you want with it. And that's why it's important to choose your goal wisely in the beginning. So once you decide what your goal is, a video should be useful and should be different. That's really, really important for the video. And this is important for the viewer as well. So if it's useful, does it solve a problem that the viewer has? Exactly what we were talking about, the problem. And it's different. Different means interesting. They are gonna ask, did I see this before, or is this something new? So you have to differentiate yourself in as many ways as possible. In this training, we are talking about what I see it's missing in 90% of the people, which is the information, and how to structure the videos, how to give them what they need based on their psychological profiles. But you should consider also the editing part, how to make a video nice, how to have a nice background, which again, I'm not doing because it's not my thing. I could focus on it, but I double down on the information that I give you here. But you should do this as well, because this is gonna help you. And then like trends, which is an interesting idea where people know what to expect, and that's why they are watching it. Here, they don't know what to expect, and they're like, interesting, let me watch this to see what it is. So that's the difference. It's a really important distinction. And then will people take the action that I want them to take after watching the video? So will they follow? Will they like the video? Will they comment? Will they whatever? This is important for you. This is how you decide it's a great video in the end, because on your side, you need the actions. So for number one, it's up to you to understand your audience and their problems. And once you do that, it will give you the structure for the hooks, for the entire videos in itself. And that will allow you to easily portray how useful the video is. For the second point, that's more of a creative thing of making making things interesting, maybe taking something from different industries that are in different points in this advancement when it comes to content, and still from those industry bring to yours. That's what is gonna make things different. And also you can invest if you have money in video editing, which again I recommend. And now I'm gonna teach you how to make an interesting video that is gonna make people take the action that you want them to take. So let's move to the hook. If they don't stop scrolling, nothing else matters. Attention leads to consumptions. No attention equals no consumptions. What makes a great video? Is it useful? Solves a relevant problem? Exactly what we were talking. Is it different? It's surprising, it's bold, interrupts the pattern, which comes from hypnosis as well. And is it fast and easy to understand? And after doing a couple of videos, you'll understand why the hooks are so important and you'll develop your own style of creating videos. But until then, let me give you 1,000 hooks that you can use, and these are the hooks that are working for me right now. And keep in mind, I'm using this right now for my clients. I used this before, I used this in a lot of industry. I give this to a few people that were using to make a lot of money, and basically right now I'm giving it to you. First one is, here's how to outcome in time frame without things they want to avoid. This I believe is the best one that you can use it everywhere, can use it in ads, can use it in content, can use it absolutely everywhere. And if you make a video like this and it becomes viral, then all the people who are watching, then they are gonna take the action that you want, and you are gonna basically qualify your audience via your content, which is amazing. So some examples. Here's how to lose weight fast without stepping into a gym. Here's how to outcome, lose weight, time frame fast, without what they want to avoid, stepping into the gym. Another one, here's how to have the best trip in Milano even if you didn't plan anything. Here we can put the time frame, tomorrow for example, or today, whatever, you can put the time frame. Here's how to get a fighter's body without having to actually fight. Body in 30 days without actually having to fight. Here's how to improve your cardio fast while learning how to fight at home. Here's how to launch your own beauty salon in the next 60 days, even if you don't have any experience in the beauty industry, or $50,000 to invest. I don't know how much does it cost to start a beauty salon, but whatever. Here's how to become a great makeup artist in 2025. Really easy. Here's how to get without doing a 2-year-long course. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure if these are the limitations of the audiences, but you can just take it from there and switch it. Now, 3 reasons why. 3 reasons why I love Muay Thai based cardio. 3 reasons why you must use company X when you visit Italy. 3 reasons why you must become a nail artist in 2025 if you want to pursue a career in business. 3 reasons why you can stick to a workout program at home. 3 reasons why you can lose weight at home. And also notice something, if you have a business, because somebody was just calling me, I think I mentioned this in the beginning, has a business that used influencers to get reservations, and the content that they produced wasn't that good. Let's say they got not a satisfactory number of reservations, and he was really disappointed. Now, if you work with other people and you have creators and you don't think they are necessarily good enough, or they don't spend enough time creating the videos for you, you can take this, create the script for them, and they can make it. And this way you have the type of video that you want. You know that the psychology behind it is there, the video is good. You know that if people are watching this, they are gonna take action, but then you use their audience to promote it. So it's kind of like you run ads, but you run the ads to their audience, and which has trust. And this is a really, really good way to do it. Then 3 reasons why I hate. This is exactly the same, but then you start with something controversial or something that is gonna be like, what the fuck? So 3 reasons why I hate Muay Thai based cardio. And let's say a Muay Thai fighter says this, you're gonna be, let me check this. And then you start with the positive. So first, it's really fun and I don't realize how time goes by. Then I just wake up in a pot of sweat. So see, it's like, I hate this because it's so good. Kind of like you go to an interview and they ask you what are your weaknesses, and you start, I'm too organized. Sometimes I work too much. Shit like that. Then second is my confidence has gone up since I started, and now I'm looking to actually start a Muay Thai class. Then third, it's so interesting that normal workouts became boring and I can't do anything else. So again, really nice. Top 5, this is for your niche. Top 5 exercise for weight loss at home. Top 3 hidden gem at Lake Como. Top 5 manicure style to learn as a beginner in 2025. And this top 5 is really easy to consume. The content is really easy to consume. The audience that you are going to get here probably won't be that invested, but it's really good to reach a big number of people. Now it's thing, don't want you to know about this. Like this should be the more conspiracy stuff. It's like instructors don't want you to know about this home workout routine. Your nail technician don't want you to know about this, about your French. I know the terminology in the nail artist business. What your nail artist is hiding from you that makes your nails ugly. Probably ugly is not the right word because it's too strong. Because if they watch this, what's also interesting, if they watch something like this that says that makes your X ugly, that makes you fat, that makes you whatever, if they continue to watch this, they have to accept the fact that they are fat or that they have that problem. And because they have that problem, they want to change it. So automatically you put them in the problem state and then they are looking for the solution, you give them the solution. It's like a deeper layer here. So if you want to, here's what you do. If you want to lose weight fast for the beach trip without getting to the gym, you can put also the without. Here's what you do. And then you give them what they have to do. If you, then this is for you. If you're living in London and want to lose weight fast while learning how to fight, this is for you. If you are a foreigner visiting Germany and want to have the best last minute trip that will create a lifetime of memories, then this is for you. Starting nail artist, want to make progress fast, then this is for you. So I won't go through this because basically it's all the same. You're gonna find all of this in the link below. You can download the hooks, and also there's an app that you can click below and you give them the niche, you give them what you want to do, and it's gonna create hooks and scripts for you. So all you have to do is complete a few things and it's gonna create hooks for you, and probably is going to create the entire video, depends on what you need. If you don't want to go through the entire process, to skip everything and just get the good stuff. If then if it's hard for you to lose weight, then you might need to switch your training routine. If you're doing everything right but you can't seem to lose weight, you might need to shock your body. If you want to see the real beauty of Madrid, then you have to talk with these local guides. If you want to see Spain from the eyes of the locals, then you have to do this. If you want to start your business in the beauty industry in 2025, then you have to watch this video. So super simple, super on point. And also notice that you can take elements from the different hooks and combine them together to make something better. How to tell if you can't lose weight because of your training routine or because of your diet. How to tell if your trip to Barcelona is not complete. And this is also an interesting one because I'm talking about this one because if they watch this and they continue to watch it after you said it, they have to accept the idea that the problem is either because of the training routine or because of your diet, because you give them only two options. So they have to accept it. The mind says, all right, this has to be the problem because I'm still watching. So it's kind of force the options onto them, and then you give them the solution. And how to tell if becoming a nail artist is for you. Direct promise. Usually this is a bit more direct and this is kind of a complicated one. I changed this. So lose weight, build muscles, and get in shape while you're learning how to fight at home with Muay Thai based cardio sessions. It's a bit complicated. See the beauty of Lisbon and explore the hidden gems in one trip with your entire family. The best way to start your beauty career. So really, really direct. Transformation, how to go from and to. So this has to contain some visual stuff or the things that they are experiencing. So how to go from their situation, how to go from struggling to lose weight. This is the situation. While torturing yourself with painful workouts. This should be the end, and torturing yourself so it's this one, torturing yourself with painful workouts. This is the experience that they are having. 2, effortlessly drop pounds or kilograms and seeing visible changes every week while doing something that you love. So this would be the without doing something but doing something that you love. So this is a really powerful one if you nail it down, but this is a bit more complicated, I'd say. Yeah, you can play with it, see what you can create. And these are other hooks that I didn't use, but I know other people have used. And as you can see, what I give you, it gets into the problem faster. They give you something right there. But these one are more like exploratory in nature, as I say. It's like not something direct. It's like, oh, right, maybe I watch this, maybe I don't watch this. You can check them. I'm gonna have them in the document, and also you can find this in the app. Once you have the hook, this will give you the entire structure of the video, the entire idea, and it's like chess. If you play chess, you know that the first move actually determines the end of the game. And it's exactly like this here. What you say first and what they see first, what they perceive, will determine what or where the video will end and what actions they will take. And that's why you can actually reuse the same body and closing and simply change the hook. A different hook gives you a different video, and even if the rest is the same, because mentally it frames what they are seeing in a different way. So this is an interesting concept that maybe you want to play with it. It's not only about the videos, it's life in general. When you say something, people interpret it the way they want, but you can interpret it for them. If you tell them before what you're about to tell them, they are gonna interpret it as you said. So let me give you an example. So if I create a video and say the top 3 places to visit in Milano, you'll expect to see the top 3 places to visit in Milano. It's that simple. But then if I say the top 3 hidden gems in Milano according to the oldest local guide, automatically you expect to see something else. And what I said prepared you for something different. And even if the video is the same, like I show you the same places, you will perceive that differently. And that's the beauty in the hooks right here, because you can set up and frame the entire video from the beginning. Then we have the body. We won't stay a lot here because in the body you just deliver the promise that you made in the hook. You can follow the hero journey or a shorter version of the hero journey, and more of this on the next chapter. But also I'm going to give you the shift framework, which is my own framework that I'm using for my videos. And then the call to action should be simple, direct, fast for them to complete, so don't have to spend a lot of energy. And the smaller the ask, the higher the take rate. So if you ask them just like the video, probably a lot of them will like it. But if you just ask them take a breath, probably way more people will take that breath. So you have to find the balance between what you're asking and how that is affecting you and the decisions that you want them to take. So this is the part 4. Right now you have everything that you need to know about the hook, which is really important. You have example of the hook, so you can get started right now to create the videos, to start posting content and to play with it. And right now we are at the shift framework. Now you know the hook, it's time to see how to construct the entire video. Now the shift framework is a system of structuring the videos in such a way that is accepted by the critical mind, bypasses the initial resistance because it promises exactly what the person, aka the mind, wants, or the ego in this case, and it creates a change in that person's mind as they watch the video without them being aware of it. So it's kind of like a silent agent of change that makes the mind feel good. It's really subtle. It comes from hypnosis, a part of it. Then Carl Jung talks about this a little bit, kind of blends a bunch of stuff. And it's really important, it's really powerful, and you will see exactly how to use it in a few seconds. So the roots of this framework, as I was saying, is in the theory of hypnotic induction and in understanding the relation between the conscious and the unconscious mind and also the ego. So, and when done correctly, it literally puts the viewer in a trance-like state while working on their subconscious mind. And we are going to mention this a lot in the coming minutes. And that's what great content does, and you are about to learn how to do it as well. So what does shift stands for? Shift is snap the attention, should be useful and different. H, it's highlight the problem. What is the real problem? And you have to promise them the outcome, which makes the mind feel good. Invalidate what didn't work. This places yourself as an authority because you know why the other things didn't work, which means that you must know what's working as well if you know what didn't work and why it didn't work. I have to frame the solution. This puts your solution into a different category so they cannot compare you. And T, transform with the outcome because you promised the outcome in the beginning. You show them it is possible. Now it's time for them to take action, which is where the change starts to happen. So let me give you a quick example for a weight loss program for women over 35. And as you are noticing, I'm not focusing that much on the video. This is the voiceover. This is what is said over the video. Why is that? Because the visual stuff needs context, and this voiceover, but we are going to talk about it, creates the perception. So if you have a normal business, for example, I had Muay Thai coach. That's the video that we are going to edit today. A video for him. It does not matter if it's that scene or this scene or that one. What matters is what people are seeing and what they believe they are seeing. So the perception of the video. And when you have this audio, if it does not make sense, it's alright. But when you have the audio done correctly and put the videos on top of it, the videos start to make sense. Even if they are like random video. And you are going to see this when we start to edit the videos. But for now, we are focusing on the voiceover because the words are the ones that are going into a person's mind and creates the change. So snap the attention, which is the hook. Here some women over 35 are finally getting rid of that extra weight, even if nothing seemed to work, and we can pair this with some before and after. So this is the first thing, and if there are women over 35 that tried a bunch of things, they are going to be interested in this. H from highlight the problem. So most women start to notice how after 35 nothing seems to work anymore, and that extra weight is not going down no matter what they are trying. So this is the problem, and also because you explain the problem to them or you told them the problem, you place yourself as an authority because you must know what you're talking about if you know the problem. Invalidate what didn't work. This happens because the body is changing not only externally but also internally. You start to explain exactly what the problem is, the real problem. More specifically, the hormone levels are changing, and when this happens, the body stops responding to what used to work. So all the hard work, all the dieting has no real impact because the body needs something else. So when you shift your approach and working with your body instead of fighting it, everything starts working again. Small, easy to do changes are melting away kilograms after kilogram or pound after pound, leaving your body slim, light and glowing. And that smile on your face and the confidence that you are feeling when you look in the mirror and love what you're seeing will be the testimony that you know yourself again and you are back in control. So right now we told them why all the other stuff didn't work, and also we kind of create a desire by telling them how they are gonna feel, and we place ourselves as an authority because we gave them the explanation. So right now, because they trust us, we give them the solution. That's what thousands of women over 35 are experiencing right now when they are using the shift method, just put like random name, to finally understand and work with their hormone levels. And that's why this can work when everything failed and transform the outcome. So right now we give them everything. They are excited to start. So we have to make them take the action, and all you have to do to start understanding your body right now and take the control back is click the link below and take a quick questionnaire that will show you exactly how your body has changed and what you have to do about it to lose the extra weight. And no, I do not have this questionnaire. So don't ask me for it. But you see how powerful the shift framework is. And I'm gonna give you another document here. You can find it below. I'm gonna give you a bunch of it so you can just start and do the videos and make as much money as possible, grow your audience as much as possible, just have everything so you can start, go there and see your videos everywhere. I'm gonna give you a document that will allow you to make this even easier. So you will have each category for each letter, let's say for the attention, for the problem, you're gonna have a category and you can create the script like that. And once you have the script, it's gonna be way easier to create the video in itself. All right. So we have the other proven frameworks, and this is the grandfather of all stories, the hero journey. And if you look at all the famous movies, all the great books that we have, from the Bible to Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, everything or every story follows the same path because this is ingrained in our unconscious or subconscious mind. And this structure has the power to create a change inside our brains. This framework is one of the most powerful frameworks in the world. The only problem, let's say, takes too long to create this. If you want to get on YouTube to create like long form content, then yeah, this is good. But for Instagram, for TikTok, for this, it's a bit too much. Then if you want to use this in a video like the ones that we are doing, you can use this formula. It takes a little bit too long from my testing to use this on social media. When I see social media, I mean like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, like the short form content. Then you have AIDA, attention, not AIDS, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. And this is one formula from the copywriting world. I think it's one of the main ones and one of the first ones. Basically, you start with the attention as the hook in our case, interest, desire, and then the end, action. Now, the difference between the interest and the desire is that interest is a bit more general. It's like in the beginning, how to lose weight if you are over 35, for example. But then with desire is where you talk about how they are going to feel, how the world is going to look like, what they are going to see in the mirror. puts them in the situation. They can imagine themselves having or enjoying the rewards of solving the problem. So that's how you build the desire. That's where the difference is. Then we have the false belief flip and also the facts and questions and myth busting. First one with the false belief, it's when you want to invalidate a popular solution, better to be done when the novelty of the solution fades. Because if something is popular, like we have these gummy bears that were for hair and for nails, something like this. And I remember my sister asked me for it to look into it, and I was checking the ingredients, and we had some vitamins as kids, like mini Martians. And basically these bears were exactly the same ingredients, actually had less vitamins than those vitamins that we were taking as a kids, but they were marketed as for hairs and nails and all of this. So everybody was crazy about it, and you couldn't tell somebody that didn't want to hear that is not good. So when that solution is hot, you cannot necessarily go against it because the wave is so strong, and then people are trying it, maybe they don't get results, and then when you notice that people start to doubt it, they get out of the romantic stage, the novelty stage, then you can introduce this framework, or you can use this, and you say, did you notice that this is not working, right? So here's why it's not working, and this, because I thought it's working as well but didn't help, so here's what actually helped. So then you take them from having doubt and show them that it's true, and then you give them the solution. Then the myth busting thing is like everyone says, but there is the truth. This is more when you go into the educational content compared to this, which kind of like rise the waves. Now turn ideas into videos, how to do this fast, and it's a step-by-step introduction. To not think about it when you have a video. Right now you have the hook, you have the body, you have the shift framework, you have other frameworks if you want to use, but shift, I say it's perfect for this. And then how to turn this into a video, how to make your first video right now. Start with the hook, everything else flows from this. As I was saying, the first move determines the match. Plug in the shift or other formats and write a mini script. Then you choose the visuals, what scenes support the message. Record a voiceover or the raw talking head. Again, this is a voiceover, depends. You can film yourself as well, talking if you want. And then you build it out inside your editor. I recommend CapCut for this type of videos. It's really easy. You can use it on your laptop, you can use it on your phone. I don't know how much it is, like $10 a month, $15 a month, but it's really good. It has everything that you need. And you can use also Premiere Pro, but it gets more complicated, and I don't think you need that here. Now we are at part 5, editing with impact. And after you know this, we are going to move directly into editing a video together. We are going to do it live, and you're going to see exactly how everything comes together when we have the video in front of us. Now let me teach you some editing things, and again, pay attention. This is a bit harder than the other ones because we are going to talk about the dimensions of the video, how we create an experience for people, and this is necessary if you want to create a trance-like state that I was talking about. So let's get started. Editing with impact, how to give depth and dimension to your videos to increase consumption. People like to experience things, and when we are using online videos, our experience is limited. When the possibility to integrate the other senses into the online shopping experience will appear, then the online shopping will reach new heights. But why is that? Well, changes arise the fastest from the experience. Imagine this: I have an apple, and you believe that apples taste like shit. The easiest way to convince you that apples are not tasting like shit, give you an apple, you eat it, and you see that the apple tastes nice, tastes good, you like it. So at that point, everything is changed. Your experience change, your perception of things, your experience change your mind. But the problem is, online, we don't have this capacity. I cannot give you the experience. I cannot give you the apple. So what do we have to do? We have to create the videos, that we have to put the audios, we have to use other people, we have to use doctors that are saying, yeah, apples are good for you. You have to use influencers saying that, yeah, I tried this and taste actually really good. It's not tasting like shit. We have to spend money on all this marketing, on different messages to reach a person multiple times so they see the same message again and again. See, all of this have to be done because I cannot give you an apple. So we do what we can, which is this. And what's important here is that we interact with reality through our 5 senses. That's what we use to experience the world. We have the sight, the hearing, the touch, the smell, and the taste. In our case, we can use only 2, which is the sight and the hearing. But what we can do is to use these 2 to evoke other senses, or to create like this experience. And this is what happens when it's done correctly. And when we edit the video, we have a few different elements that together create an experience, like watching a movie. It gives the viewer that feeling of depth and puts them into a trance-like state, which is an immersive experience, exactly as it is when you binge watch a series or you go to the cinema. Then we have the first dimension, which is the voiceover, and this is what is being said. The second dimension is motion. This is the actual footage. Third dimension, the visual effects. Fourth dimension, the captions. fifth dimension, sound effects, sixth dimension, background music. When we integrate all of this, our video is gonna be layered. So we have layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And that will give our video depth. Now the first dimension, the voiceover. Why voiceover and not the actual footage? Because it's a video after all. Well, because what you say controls their perception. Exactly what I was saying before. And it's way easier to create a perception via words rather than images or video. To create a perception of something via a video is really hard and takes a lot of work, a lot of talent, a lot of things, let's say. And to do this, maybe you can do it, maybe not, but it's way easier to use your voice, to use your words to create this. So much easier. Indeed, is it more powerful via images because they get themselves to a realization, so they realize something, and that's really powerful. But as I was saying, way faster, way easier, and way better for the viewers to do it the way that I'm gonna show you. So the voiceover directly controls the perception of what is being seen. The voiceover should convey the idea without too much fat around it. So no useless details, not I woke up and I made the coffee and then I call my mom just to reach the point where I get out of the house and I try my new shoes. No, so it has to have no fat. Use the voice inflections and intonation to capture the attention. So that's important as well. I actually tested this. I was using a normal person that was doing the voiceovers for me for a client, but then another client had somebody who was a voice actress and her voice was amazing. The way that she was speaking, the way that she was, I don't know, saying the words was crazy. And you just get the attention by listening to her. So even if you don't have this, at least try to do it, because it's gonna make a difference. And it's way better to sound annoying or to be annoying with your voice rather than be boring. The second dimension after that is motion and movement, visuals and transitions. And here we have the scenes. They should have motion as stated above, because what's static, it's boring. They should go hand in hand with the audio. It should be logical and easy to follow, creating a smooth experience like a water slide. Remember, the contrast is the basis of awareness, which means that the lack of awareness means a trance-like state, where the brain accepts everything. So the combination between the video, the voiceover, the sound effects, and everything should create a smooth, congruent experience. And this is the second dimension that we can give to our video, the visual one. Now we have the transitions. Basically, the transition is the movement from one scene to the other, what's in between. The purpose of a transition is to make the video as smooth as possible and to enable the viewer to lose themselves into the experience, into the video, exactly as you do when you go to the cinema. And this is done by making the transition complement the video, not being noticed rather than standing out. If the transition is noticeable when you watch the video, it's not good. The transition should not be noticeable. The same way that in the movie you don't pay attention to the changes of the scene, but rather everything feels like a big continuous flow of events and they're not separate from each other unless they want to. So the average movie contains 1045 scenes, but try to remember how many transitions you're actually noticing when you're watching the movie. Probably chances are you don't notice any, or end in motion. Ideally, the last motion of the scene when the transition starts will match the first motion of the second scene when the transition ends. And this gives continuity and won't break somebody out of the trance state. If you don't understand yet, you are gonna understand when I'm creating the video. The transition must match the audio because it will give continuity to a specific flow. That's a big reason why people will stay in a trance-like state, which will make our message slide into their unconscious or subconscious mind rather. The transition should make you slide into the next scene like you're sliding in a water slide. Zero resistance, zero effort, you're just there for the ride, and that's the purpose of the transition. And in CapCut, as a side note, the smoothest one that I found was Mix. This is the name of the transition. Third dimension is represented by the visual effects. By inserting different visual effects on top of the video, effects that complement it, the viewer is drawn deeper into the experience, getting more immersed and more lost in the trance-like state. Because of that, it will result in a higher watch rate or view rate. The fourth dimension, the visual effects again. This is so important that we have to put it 2 times. We have the captions. We have the captions. So the fourth dimension of the video is represented by the animated captions done via captions. This is the app that I was using, but you can do it in CapCut as well. The animated captions are a great way to improve any video. Following the same rule of motion, the caption should be animated, colored, and complement the video and the audio. Now, when I was writing this, the type of the videos that I was creating had to have this. Now, if you ask me again, I'd say it really depends on your video. Is important what you are saying, like the information is important, then yes, do the animated captions. But is it more important for people to see the product? Is it more important for people to see, I don't know, the dress, the shoes, the whatever you are selling? Is it more important for people to see your service, how the service looks like in the end? Then you don't necessarily need animated captions that stand out. But when you talk about information, because it's important for people to hear what you're saying and basically to see what you're saying, that goes really good hand in hand to have colored animated captions. So it depends on your service here. This is something that is important. Now, how are the captions different from the visual effect? First, I just told you everything that I was saying above applies. The visual effects are there to complement the video in itself, like the footage, but the captions are there to complement what is being said, to nail down the message, make sure that they get the message. And also another thing is that if somebody is watching it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, sometimes they are watching with their sound off. So this allows them to watch the video without actually hearing the video. Then we have the fifth dimension, the sound effect, and this is my favorite actually. Here's where we enter the reality of hearing. Even if only 10% of the information is received through hearing, that still equals to the quantity received by the other three senses combined: smell, taste, and touch. Even more, when we use it to support the main one, the visual, the experience becomes so much more immersive. We can create a trance-like state, as I was saying, and put people on the same receptive state as movies do. So here's how to do it. This is actually the training that my video editors receive to edit video for my clients when I stop editing videos. In this case, it was a floating pod. It's that thing when you just sit, you float, and they close it, and you just float in like water and with magnesium, and basically just reset your mind. So in this case, I was keeping the audio on, but also it will make sense when we edit the videos. So that really added the dimension to the video on top of the voiceover. But then you can add also sound effects based on the video or the video effects. For example, I had a video where somebody opened a glass door, but the video did not had any sound. But I went a couple of times into the saunas. A lot of buildings that I was living in had saunas, so I know exactly how that door sounds, and it's a really specific sound, which I like. So because of that, I was searching for a sound effect of that door, and I just put it on top of the video, so it sounded like the door was actually making the noise. When I did this, the experience became so much better because I was able to hear something familiar when that person opened the door. It was just give something else, something more. So this is a detail that made a really big difference. So I'm talking about this type of stuff. Then a rule for this, the sound effect should be perfectly sync with the video, because if there's any delay, it will create a great deal of confusion, and most likely it will break their trance state. A really good example here would be if the audio would be out of sync with my speaking. So I speak, but then the audio comes later. Gets super annoying if you saw this in some movies or you watch movies on your laptop. So that is something that people are noticing. So the video effect and the audio effect should be perfectly in sync with the video, and the audio effect with the video effect with each other if you want to use this. And also another tip, as you are doing this, create a folder with all the audio effects that you are saving or buying or downloading or whatever, because it will help you a lot. It will help you when you create other videos, because you're gonna reuse the videos, especially if your business is the same for years and you don't plan to change the business. You're gonna create kind of similar videos, which means similar scenes, which means similar objects. So it's gonna help you and save you a lot of time. And once you add a few sound effects that go perfectly with the visual effects and with the video in itself, your video will feel superior and will feel like an experience. And this word is really important, the word feel, because they will feel the video. And that's when you know you got it right. And then we have the sixth dimension, the background music. And this is the final touch of the video, because it will allow you to change the whole interpretation of it. And if you know, I was just actually watching, if you know those videos, everything is different when the music changes. And it was like these scenes from Entering the Dragon between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris when they just got undressed to fight, and it was like a striptease music on top. It got super funny. So the music changes everything. Now in our case, we won't use the background music with that much volume. It's gonna be really subtle. But what we can do with it is actually we can create the mood. For example, let's say everything starts negative and we are talking about the problem. You are unable to lose weight for this much time. You tried this, you tried that, but you still see kilograms or pounds coming up. And on this, we have a negative music, like desperation, everything is bad. And then as we progress to the video, at some point we have that shift. And we change from the negative to the positive. So then we can create a transition in the music. With that transition, they won't realize because it's so subtle, but at some point they find themselves in the music with the positive stuff, and also their mood changed because of the background music. So it complements the text, the visual, and creates the mood. And when everything is like this, it can actually move people. Here you have some example of what I was saying. So with positive, this is only positive, so all the music is positive. So we start with here's how I lost weight without going to the gym. I'm using this device, enable me, so on and so forth. So everything is positive. Here there's no negative, so the music should be positive, uplifting, basically happy music. But then we have the negative and positive. So usually we start with a claim, how I lost weight without going to the gym, because we have to give them the outcome first. But it goes into the negative and talks about the challenge that our viewers are mostly facing. So how I lost weight without going to the gym. This is the first phrase. And then we start with, after I turned 40, my body started to fail on me. I felt like a stranger trapped in my own body. I felt uncomfortable, alone. But the worst part was that I started to gain fat on my waist and I wasn't able to get rid of it. So all of this, what I was saying, besides the outcome that was in the beginning as the hook, was negative. But here we changed to positive until I discovered the magic product. And then you can start and tell them exactly what the product did and how it's working and all of that. So this change between the negative music, the background music, and the positive happens here. So it's kind of like a spectrum. In the middle, it's the point where the things go to positive and the negative goes down. I'm gonna show you this also in the editing thing, but it's really nice thing to have or to do. And where you can find this music, you can find it in the background music on the CapCut. You can go on YouTube music directory or something like this music library. They have it for free. And once you have a song that you think it goes good with the video, you can just use it. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Hey, what's going on? We are back. This is part 6 and I'm going to show you exactly how I edit a video. We are going to construct a video from 0 to 100 and it's going to be ready to be posted. Now what you're going to see here, how I came up with the idea, why the script looks like the way it looks, how did we film everything, how we put everything together, how we add dimensions to it. So basically you're going to see everything that you need to know in order to build your own video. Yeah, after this everything will make sense and you're going to see how the entire training comes together when it comes to creating a video. Now this video is going to be for my trainer from Brazil. I promised him that I'm going to do some videos for him and I'm going to show him how to do videos, so this is the perfect moment to do that. So you're going to see here, the context is that the audience are people in Sao Paulo who would like to lose weight, build muscles, maybe learn how to fight, but they don't want to get in the gym to get hit necessarily, and they don't want to go to the gym to do like boring workouts, so they need something different, and that something different is what you're going to see here. So let's get started. Here is the shift framework again. Now one thing that you're going to notice here, because I know the context of the situation, I know the audience, I know what's going on, this formula won't necessarily be as visible as you would expect, because when we give the example in the training, it was like, yeah, this is it, snap the attention, this is the hook, highlight the problem, this is the problem. So when you create videos in real life, sometimes you're gonna notice after you start working with the audience that it's not necessarily that obvious where each part comes in. It's more like a blurry line, which is how it has to be. You should see it, but the audience should not see it. So the context here is that in Brazil, in Sao Paulo at least, but in Brazil in general, they like to talk about their country, which is really nice, and they like to see foreigners, which they call gringos, to do stuff or to try stuff that they have, like to try their food, to, I don't know, try their drinks, explore their countries, to find out about the language, stuff like this. So because of that, we took this, like we took Ringo for Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo or something like this, because this is a hook that is going to work in that context. So this contextual stuff, you cannot make something better than this, and when you know it, you can use it. But here are other examples. Here's how Luis built muscles, because this is going to be from his perspective. So we took Ringo for a Muay Thai session in Brazil. Here's how it went. Highlight the problem. Luis wanted to build muscles, learn the basics of Muay Thai. So after I arrived at this place, I prepared a circuit. So this is basically invalidate what didn't work. So most trainers are teaching people that you can't lose weight and build muscles at the same time, but that's wrong. So here's what we did. By the way, this is the same hook like the direct promise. So how you can build muscles and learn the basics of Muay Thai. And this would be without feeling like you cannot do it, or without trainings or workouts that are too hard for you. So as you see, everything is ingrained here. It's not as obvious. I think that's the word, it's obvious. So in this case, it's more subtle. So most trainer validate the solution, think that you cannot build muscles and lose weight at the same time, but that's wrong. And here's what we did. So after the stretching session, so here basically we get into what we did, and which would be the body of the entire thing. So we give them the solution. This is what we did, and we are going to pack this or combine this with the footage. Build mass strength, dynamic lunges, finally the entire body, the build strength, explosiveness. So this one would be frame the solution. Maybe we can do a better job here, but again, this is going to be not as hard or as direct as the other videos when it comes to placing himself above others, because he's already doing Muay Thai sessions, right? He's already doing something different, and he combines that with functional training, so it's everything together, which is different in itself, and people can see it. So you don't have to see, hey, look at me, this is different than the other guy, because people can see it in this case. Then this basically, as I was saying, frames the solution, because right now when people go to the gym, it's gonna be, it use a lot of force, you are gonna see pump after. So this is framing the solution, because after this we're gonna think, okay, am I using a lot of force here, or maybe a lot of explosiveness we can put that is different than other workouts, and that will automatically frame the solution as something different. And this also tells the people that you don't have to be as fit or in a shape as good as the guy in the video to start with this, because we train for 6 months. So that's important for people working with the limitations again, because some people will see this and probably say, yeah, I cannot do this or I cannot do that. So we have to work with their limitations. And then it's a call to action, really simple. If you want to lose weight, build muscles, and get in shape while learning how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you how. Easy, really easy. And then we're going to create another one, and you are going to see that this is actually way shorter and it's going to be more on point, I'd say. But now what do I do with this? Because I was reading this and I wasn't as happy about it, because I just created it a few seconds ago. There was a lot of fat, a lot of useless words, and when I was reading it, I felt like I'm wasting a lot of time saying things that shouldn't be said. So for the sake of the video, and also I'm doing this sometimes when I feel like I have no inspiration, what I'm doing, I'm copying this and I put it in ChatGPT. Now, given the one that I'm using was trained on all the things that I know, so it's kind of like a special one, let's say, has the shift framework inside, has a lot of examples of the videos, but I just take this. I told him to keep the shift framework, and this is what it gave me. So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna see if I want to use it or not. And after that, we're gonna do another one, which I was saying it's way shorter, way more direct, and focuses on how to do it more than all the other stuff. So let's get started. First thing first, we need our footage, and we open CapCut. Right now, you know the psychology behind how to make a video, what type of videos to create, how to make sure that video produces the type of results that you want, how to prepare your profile, how to prepare your funnel for everything. You know how to edit the videos, how to plan them, and you saw me doing one, and you are ready to create one. Once you have the video, let's see how you're posting and how you can hack the algorithm, and even if this actually matters. So does anything matter? Anything I'm talking about, the hashtag, the posting time, I don't know, whatever people say that matters on the video. From my experience, yes and no. What do I mean by that? Well, if the video is good and people like the video, it's gonna catch, it's gonna become good, and it's gonna have traction. If the video is shit, no amount of hashtags, no amount of posting at the right time will do anything. But if your video is good and you use the other things as well, it will just boost it even more. So I'd say it's like 80-20. 80% is the video, this is the rest of 20%. So do hashtags matter? Yes and no. So depends on your business. If you have a hotel and you want to create a hashtag for your hotel, and it's hashtag my hotel, every time that people are going to search for that, your hashtag is going to appear, and probably your hotel is going to appear. So that is nice. That is good. If it's a location, it's good. But it depends on your business. If you are a coach for women, for example, I don't think women are searching on Instagram hashtag woman coach, something like that. Maybe just if they want to copy you. But usually they get to interact with your content through other ways. So it really depends on the business that you have. But I would put it there. Why not? It's not a time-consuming task. Just put it there. Then the time of your posting. Does it matter? Yes, it matters, because if you post it at 4 a.m., probably nobody's there to see it. But if you post it when everybody's on their phone, everybody's gonna see it, and you have more chances of people seeing your content, which means that your content can be promoted. So the way it works, first your content is shown to 100 people. If those people like the content, goes to 1,000 people. If those 1,000 people like the content compared to other ones that are promoted at the same time, it's kind of like a competition. If yours win, goes to 10,000 people. After that, if yours in again, goes to like 100,000 or whatever. It just goes higher and higher. But you need people to see the content first. So you need to post when the people are on the platform. So I'd say just post when people are on the platform during the day, I'd say. That's all that I think about. I don't necessarily think it's like 6 a.m. or like 12 a.m. or whatever. It's just during the day until like, I'd say 11 p.m. How often should you post? Well, this goes hand in hand with abusing the platform. What do I mean by that? You can post, especially if you post reels or you post on TikTok, post as much as you want, post as often as you want, post 10 times a day. Just don't be boring. That's important. Don't be boring. Don't post a photo of a rock and you post that photo, 10 times, won't do anything. But if the content is good and it's interesting and you have the capacity to create that much content, post it as often as possible. Don't think about it, just post it. Because especially for the reels, what is going on. Let's say you have 10,000 followers right now. Your audience, a part of it are gonna see it, but some of them won't see it. But at the same time, that reel is gonna go to new people. And when you post again, another one, some people are gonna see it and the new reel is gonna go to new people again. So you reach this new audience every time that you are posting. And if somebody does not want to see your content, all they have to do is just scroll one time. So I don't see any downsides of posting often. And with the algorithm, they won't punish you for posting a lot. Now, abusing the platform, what do I mean by that? When I was posting on TikTok, I used to post the same video like 5 times. And I had one time I was posting with no sound, like no background music, one time with no hashtags, one time with hashtag, different title, different thumbnail. Basically, I was just doing like random combinations. And what happened, more often than not, one of those 5 videos got way more traction. Like one got, almost 500,000 views, one got 100,000, one got 1.2 million, I think. And it's the same video, and sometimes I was actually posting the same video with the same settings, but just because, got to another audience, got traction and exploded. So you can do this, post the same video multiple times, keep it there for like 1 hour, 2 hours, see if there is actually any difference in the traction that they are getting, and then delete the other ones. And in the end, you're gonna just have one. A little bit of work, but might be worth it. Or if not, just make a video and post it one time. But you can use this as well. And using trends, now what's the thing with the trends? The trends are a really, really good way to grow, but depends again on your business. If you just want to reach people for the sake of reaching people and for the sake of having followers, just jump on the latest trend. But if not, if you have a specific business that serves specific people, you have to see if they like that trend, if they are watching that trend. Because if not, it makes no sense. Like you are a doctor and start doing TikTok dances, it makes no sense. Like, you have to see where your audience is and use those trends if you want. That might actually give you a boost. So this is my take on the trends. Don't sleep on them. If it's good for your business, if it matches your audience, do it. And then with automation and posting, for Instagram, for example, I would post reels a lot. For TikTok, it's TikTok videos, but for Instagram, I would post reels, Facebook as well, YouTube Shorts as well. That will give you organic reach, which means you can grow organically, you don't need ads. When you do this and you grow, everything is good. You're gonna grow your following. Of course, not everybody is gonna be your ideal client, but if you make the type of videos that I just show you and you use everything, it's gonna filter the people who are not interested from the people that are interested and that want to watch your content. So it qualifies them straight from the content, which is basically, it's amazing. You have there like a gold mine when you do it correctly. You can also use automations. I'm gonna link some below that allow you to create a video, post it in like a Google Drive or whatever, and it will be automatically taken and posted on every platform. Now, if you have time, I recommend to do this manually. I know that Instagram sometimes is flagging these type of things because it's using APIs in the backend. Up to you. I think if the content is good, it will work. So if you are still here, I want to give you a big congrats, to applaud you because you just finished the training. I know it wasn't easy. I know probably you had to force yourself to watch this or to learn some of the stuff. Maybe you have to go back, which is totally fine. I actually encourage you to go back because you're going to understand things differently and it's going to allow you to become a better creator. Because the amount of information was so big and the weight of the information was so heavy, probably going again through this or through certain parts is going to help you a lot. And even if you don't understand anything at this point, it's alright. Just sleep on it, let it maturate a little bit, and it's just going to come back to you. And you're going to see as you edit the videos and as you go through your life, you're just going to remember ideas from this training, and you're going to start to see stuff differently. Or when you watch a video that you like, automatically you're going to start to break it down in your mind, because right now you can see the matrix behind, you can see what is it made of. And because you can see what it is made of, you can pull it apart and then assemble it the way that you want. So big congrats again, because right now you know exactly how to produce the type of content that produces a shift in people's minds. And with that shift, they are going to take the action that you want to take. And right now you can grow your following, you can start your business, you can build your business, or you can do whatever you want, because you have the power in your mind and in your hand to do that with social media videos. And if you like this training, leave a like, leave a comment with all the questions that you have, especially if you went this far in the training. I'm going to help you in the comments, and you can find all the resources that I mentioned down below. And again, if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to be notified when I'm dropping this type of trainings. And before you go, I'm curious if there's any subject that you would specifically like me to cover in future videos. Leave a comment below with that as well, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm taking notes on that, and new content is gonna come soon on that topic. Again, hope you like it, and see you in the next one. We created a new project, and then we upload the footage right here. So I have my entire footage right here. Now that we have the footage, the next step is to record the audio. As you see, I have a mic right here, but you can do this on your iPhone. The way I do it, I open the iPhone because it has really good microphone. I'm pretty sure all the phones right now, or all the smartphones, have a pretty good microphone. So I open the Voice app, I record the audio, and then I send it to myself on WhatsApp or put it on Google Drive and download it and put it here. I'm gonna pause the video to record the audio. And the way that I'm gonna do it, or what is gonna happen, basically I'm just gonna read the script in as interesting manner as possible, and after that I'm just gonna put it on the video. But I'm gonna pause it and then you're gonna see. Alright, we are back, we have the audio, and it's time to edit. Now as you see, I have two audios, and I'm gonna show you how we get started. So the first thing that I do is actually correcting the audio. I just take the audio from here, I upload it from my laptop, put it here, and this is gonna be the audio track. So you go here, and as you can see, these lines, and this is the way that I do it, these lines represents the audio waves. And when you have a break, it means that there is nothing set. So what you want to do is actually cut the breaks to be as tight as possible. So let's get started. I'm gonna do a couple of them, and then we are gonna skip. And as you can see, the entire script takes like 1 minute and 10 seconds. So here you have the command B, but again, I won't stay. I'm just gonna give you like some quick editing tips that is gonna speed up everything. So when you press the B, you have this cut, so you can basically split the video, and then when you press back A, you can select it. So the way you do it, for example, I want to cut a pause. Let's see. So for example, here we don't have the complete audio. I think I stop it. So what you can do, you can do this. So we go here, for example, we cut this part, delete it, and then we record after or on top of it. And here's how it went. That's it. And here's how it went. So we have it, it's done. We just do this, put it here. And here's how it went. Perfect. Perfect. So we cut this one, we bring this back, like this. Here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed here again, no need for this one, put it there. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight. I designed here's a awkward break. We cut this one. And you can do this on your phone as well, it's just for me it's easier on the laptop. I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight.
I don't like something here.
Designed circuit.
There's still a break. So I design.
Designed circuit. I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight.
It's good.
Weight, fit, and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you.
So we have this.
His body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here.
Got this one as well.
But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. We start.
Long break here. Delete this.
We started with mobility work on our tight hips. Then we hit sprint hips.
So we can do this.
Then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Fire up the body. Next. The body. Next. In true Muay Thai fashion.
This next, it's a bit weird. I don't like it.
In true Muay Thai fashion.
So we delete this part and we just say next. So let's record again.
Work on our tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body.
Next.
In true Muay.
It's perfect. So we just yell at the mic. Next, and we have a good video. Let's go.
Next.
The energy is a bit different.
Next. Up the body. Next.
Maybe a bit more.
Up the body. Next. Up the body. Next.
So let's go like this.
Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we each side. To build strength, we work from each side. To build strength, we work from the ground. Each side. Each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic. Ground up. Ground up.
Alright, so I just realized that I didn't record the audio of the screen, so you were hearing it through the microphone, but right now you should hear the audio from the audio of the laptop, which is gonna be higher quality. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. Sometimes when I'm listening to my audios, it's so funny when I realize the accents that I have. Raises. We finish the circuit with squat to overhead press. So we go here. Because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. Shoulders. At this point, the muscles were. So see, we are trimming the fat. At this point, the muscles were firing already. The muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Damn, I miss Muay Thai. Pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow. and the pump after is wild. The pump after is wild. Now this is an advanced session because Luis was training for. This is an advanced session. Because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Follow me. Follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Alright, we have the audio. So from the first one, we have this one. Let's not watch this. So, we took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Yes, it's pretty good. It's just that I sound a bit upset, a bit angry when, when I'm talking, apparently, but the audio is good, so we have the audio. Let's go into the video. So as I was saying, we have the voiceover right now. The voiceover is ready, it's perfect. We created the script, we just cut where we had the fat. Right now we move into the second dimension, which is the visual stuff. So we delete this and then we start with this. Okay. Also the audio here, go just a little bit. Okay. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. So I'll put this right here. I'm not exactly sure what to put in front. I need something with a lot of movement. Let's start here. Let's see. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. Maybe we can speed this up a little bit as well. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Yeah, this is good. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and maybe just a little bit more. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and we took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Then we do this. So we can. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Alright. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight. And the footage is also kind of limited in this case. We have not that many. So let's see. Yeah, we can put this one. How it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed it. Also the footage who filmed this, it's a bit static, which I don't necessarily like. For a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so one thing that I just realized, we did the footage first, and after that, like 1-2 months, I was thinking about creating videos we did, like videos like this, because the purpose of the footage was different. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. What I would have done here, knowing that I have the script, that's why I started with the script first. I would just film everything, like just put everything outside and just film everything. So I designed the circuit and people can see the circuit. And when it comes to the body weight, the fitness level, I would just put maybe one photo shirtless or something on a scale. Basically some random footage that goes with this, because what we have is just the workout in itself. Most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build. It's gonna be a challenge, muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. So we start from here. I'm gonna see what I do with this later. Sets of 15. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Neck, easy. So we have for this one. So we started with mobility work. So everything mobility is here. What do we have? We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each. So we have this movement right here. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to this part. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we started with mobility work, a bit more speed. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, and maybe actually having 2 sets of footages. This wasn't, we don't have the most amount of footage, let's say, as I would like, but it's alright. Mask. We have this one. This one. Alright, so then we can have this one right here. We can go to video, basic, scale the video a little bit. So the subject is there. So what I did right here is I want both videos to show in the, because it's a bit boring, like this footage is a bit boring, so I wanted both of them to show. The way that I do this, I want to zoom in a little bit and like this, and then I'm using this mask thing. So I was looking for the right mask, and it seems like it's this one. So let's see how it looks. We started. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips. Then is this the same video? I think I'm confused. Should have been the other side. Alright, so we have it like this. I would go a bit lower with this and then make the video bigger, so we have a close-up right here. Let's see. We started with mobility work. Nope. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire hips, then we Alright, now let's see what's nice with sprints. Then we hit sprints. Then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, into Muay Thai fat. Then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kick. Fashion. And one thing that you will notice as you listen to the audio, fashion, jumps. Because for example, I don't need this part at all. So now, because it wasn't grouped, I have to put it back to, it was grouped, I have to ungroup it, so I can connect this. Up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. Jump squats and kicks. Fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs. A bit more speed. Jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. Maybe not in the beginning. Fashion, jump squat. And we go from here. Fashion, jump squats and kicks. And from here we can increase the speed a little bit. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work. So I'm gonna edit this and then we have another one and you're gonna see how different the editing process becomes when you first have the script and then you film it based on the script and you film all the scenes that you need. Alright, from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training. We work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a then core is for legs. With a mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to overhead press. Then core training with a mat ball. ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with a mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat. Also, I'm not talking a lot because basically I just have to pick the footage and that's it. And got overhead press. We had this one. Circuit with squat to overhead press. The mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to overhead press because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this too slow. The leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to overhead press because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of. The muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5. Muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5. Already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Like this when the fist is clenched. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tight. Right there. A bit less, maybe even a little bit. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds. So we wrapped up with. So we wrapped up with. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. So we wrapped up with. I like to match this one. So we wrapped up with 5. I don't know. I think maybe it's a personal. So we. Thing, but it's on my. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of. So we wrapped up. So we wrapped up with. A little bit more. So we wrapped up with 5. Yeah. So we wrapped up with. So we wrapped up with 5. And now we can go here. 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique. 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow. And the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session because Luis was training for 6 months. But I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Yeah, so in the end, I would just leave this in. I would just leave this in because in the end it's about Muay Thai and that gets people, so we didn't show Muay Thai. Basically we just started with this and then we did absolutely nothing about Muay Thai. So I just leave this in the end because I think it's nice and people are gonna watch. 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow. And the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session because Luis was training for 6 months. But I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. I have an idea. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit we can actually put something from everything. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I did. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight, fitness and skill level. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight. Fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles. Fitness and skill level. And fitness and skill. Fitness and skill. Fitness and skill. Fitness and skill. Skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. We started how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailor for his body weight, fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Alright, what do I think about this video? The video, it's a bit boring, and the reason why it's a bit boring is because we didn't prepare the footage before. This footage was for something else. The purpose was to post them individually, so we have that, but when it comes to creating this video for social media, it lacks the connections between footage. And as you can see, that's where the biggest challenge, let's say, comes when we have to link one footage to the other. Because, okay, when we talk about sprints, we have footage with sprints. When we talk about pad work, we have footage with pad work, but we don't have the connections. When we say, for example, and most trainers say that you cannot lose weight. This one, we didn't prepare for this. So we don't have any footage. So we have to fill it with something and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work. We have mobility work, so it goes perfectly. See how easy it blends with the footage. Tight hips. Then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next. But then here with the next, and we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, intro. I would basically just stop it here, but I need new footage. This will just fuck everything up. So let's go like this. The reason why I'm doing this is because if I change it, if I delete this part, which I don't like because it's boring, so it's nothing happening here. So we have how many? I don't know, a few frames, nothing happens. From 19 to 20, like 1 second. Nothing happens. It gets really boring, and we don't want that. So we have to put something there. But if I delete this, the entire timeline is gonna go here, and now the audio is out of sync. So what I have to do is, or what I'm doing is, I match these two footages right here, so to match perfectly. And then I go where I want to cut, which is here. I cut it here. I delete the rest. And let me see. No, actually I want to go until here, so it matches the entire footage. Like that, and now I can basically delete this entire part and insert this one here, so the audio stays in sync. In true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks, 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Not bad, not bad, not bad. This was the second dimension, the footage. You saw how we chose the footages, how we put them there, how we cut it so we don't have any empty space. This is as good as we can do it right now with this footage, but let's move to the next one, which is the visual effect. Now I'm gonna put the transitions here as well. So the visual effect can be a couple of things for here. So we took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. Enough movement here. That's why I said the Pro is pretty good, because Paulo, and here's how it went. I identify that face. Paulo, and here's how it went. Paulo, and here's how it went. Paulo, and here's how it went. A bit better, I'd say. Session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis won. I'd say it's interesting because it's a bit different. Maybe not necessarily the best, but good enough. Turn the audio on, but then I have to turn this off. The volume, I'm curious. The volume, and here's how it went. Actually, this is gonna be the next one. Wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. How it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn. Luis wanted to. Let's see if we put some AI movement. How it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for. Luis wanted to. Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just. So these are the, if you didn't notice, these are the video effects. So these are the video effects. And I'm just playing with it basically. A part of this is just. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility. Well, this one I like. skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock... I mean, I'm so with this, but why not? Why not? And build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. It's really interesting when you watch this one, which it's a lot of movement but it's a bit static. Burning calories fast. Because this high intensity static versus this one, which gets you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight. Let's see if we can do something here. Because Luis was training for 6 months, but I every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you. Yeah, so this is not good actually. Good thing that we noticed. Let's see with the AI movement if we can do something. Personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Personalize every workout based but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you. It's a bit too much shaking, I'd say. Personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Maybe I put like AI movement and then I put stabilizing, so should cancel each other, but I think it's gonna crop the video. But let's see. Muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. So we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Actually, there's a lot of that moments, so let's cut those. Pad work. Tightening up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after. This one, I know there is one in the beginning, but that goes alright. combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn, yeah, like this. And then we can put another one. It was this one. Workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Yeah, this is good. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. It's good enough for now, it's good enough for what we have and with the footage that we have to work with. I'd say it's good enough. Now let's see, there's a few moments that maybe I would change, but it's alright for now. Let's see if we can do. Now, another thing, as you can see, I didn't use any transitions yet, and it's because the nature of this video, as it's fitness and it's like this, it's not required. When you talk about stuff, I think it's way more important, but these snaps, I think it's exactly what this video needs, because let's try one, for example. So we go to transitions and we have mix, which was one of the smoothest ones to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. See, so it's yes and no, I'd say. To build strength, we work from the ground. Yeah, maybe. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core. I think at this point is just, for this video at least, is just a preference to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of, for example, I don't like this one specifically. True Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to with a mat ball and leg raises. We finish the circuit with squat to yeah, too much. I'm so when it comes to these transitions, because sometimes they are good, sometimes they are not, so you have to decide for your video. You just have to play with it. Yeah, so basically we finished with the transitions and I was switching to the audio. To the audio effect, and I'm gonna leave the captions at the end. So right now we go to the audio effect that will give depth to this video, will transform it differently. Because first, actually, let's watch it without the audio effects. So let's watch the entire video. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. So one thing that you can notice while are you watching this video is that you are not involved in the footage. The footage is, it's kind of like you watch, I don't know, some photo movement. It's like there is a connection, but there's also a disconnect with the footage. So that's really interesting, and we are gonna solve this. We are gonna immerse people into this footage via the audio effects. So let's go. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. So I like this one. Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles. To be honest, I think for this one the easiest thing is to... Luis wanted to build muscles. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed... Yeah, here no. Luis wanted... Luis wanted... Luis wanted to be... Sure, let's clean this. Let's give audio to this one as well. Can cut it here. Basically right now we are just cleaning the video and the audio. So hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats, 3 sets of 15 to build strength. Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks, 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the Muay Thai. In true Muay Thai fashion, squats and kicks, 3 Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks, 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squat hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in hit sprints to fire up the body. Then we hit sprints to fire. Then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks, 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training. Fuck discussion. What discussion did we have? From the ground up. Dynamic lunges. Work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges. We work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges. I'm gonna leave this. So if people are watching, they are gonna catch up on this and leave it in the comments if he's gonna use this. how. So right now it looks a bit different, a little bit different. So let's see how it looks right now from the beginning. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Yeah, and one thing that I would have done, I just showed the t-shirt at the end because that's a visual stuff, but again, we didn't prepare this video for that, so we don't have it. So let's move into the captions. How do we do this? Here, as I was saying, you can use the caption app. This one, the captions app, it's really good. You can download it on your phone. It's really easy. Now the last thing is the background music. So then let's see. We have music. Because we want to put people in the state from the first second. But see, this automatically changed my mood as well. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and the thing with the background music is it has to be just a little bit, just to be heard enough, but to not interrupt the video at all. Here I would put the sad music if that's the case, so let's do that as well. So fitness and skill level, because also what I'm talking about is, and the way that I'm talking is like a bit softer, a bit slower. So we put let's put sad. I think this is good. And most trainers it starts here. Opa. All right, we go here. And most trainers say that you cannot. Let's check this. But that's just wrong. So here's how we did both in one session. So this is the point where we want to make the switch. So that means that the music should be like this. And you're gonna see why. So we tailor for his body. The volume for this, for his body weight, fitness is this. And then here we want to, basically we can cut it around here. And you're gonna see why. And then we have to put it from here. This in the middle we can turn it off, basically no volume. You can also delete it, does not matter. You can do like this. So we know that this is where the music should change. And also let's hear the clip a little bit. For his body weight, fitness and skill up. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. Funny. Fitness and skill up. If you want the music to start here but you want a smooth transition, you have this button which kind of fades the music. So what you want to do is you want the music to fade here, at that to be like the maximum point of fading, so you can do like this, and then you can do something like this. So this way the music is gonna blend. The sad one is gonna start and the fast one is gonna stop. Something like this. So you're gonna hear it. Muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness and skill up. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started and we want to stop this here as well. So we can just do this. Delete the rest. We go like this. And also if we put this, you're gonna hear it a bit more right now because the music is more exaggerated. So now this is an exaggerated version of it. Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness and skill up. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips. And depends. So when you do videos where you talk about other stuff, it's gonna be easier and it's gonna be more suitable, let's say, than this. But I say this is good enough. And also the sad music should start a bit later. So here, because that's too much. Body weight, fitness and skill up. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscle. Yeah, we can do like this though. Fitness and skill up. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with... And this should end earlier. So here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build... Alright, so let's see. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit... This should not have a voiceover, cause... distracts from the sadness. His body weight, fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai. So I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis squat to overhead. We work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work. Tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build build muscles and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Alright, so I had to purchase the pro version because I couldn't export the video otherwise. But it is done, so let's go back. Right, so right now, as I was saying, the entire video is ready. One thing though, if you plan to use this in ads, you want to promote it, make sure that the ratio that you are using right here is, I think it's 4:5, you don't have it here, so it has to be custom, and that custom is 1350, so is this one. And then you have 60. So you hit save and it's gonna be like this. But if you just plan to post organic content, then 9:16 it's perfect. So what do you do now? You have the video, you hit export, you give it the name. Let's call Fabio number 1. Make sure that on the settings you choose 4K. I mean, you can choose 2K, 180p, it's not a big difference, but usually I just go with it. But the size is gonna be bigger. And then you can make it whatever you want here. Let's keep it efficient compression, saving space, most common compression method. Let's go by this one. It's a bit bigger. The format, it's good. 60 fps, that's good. I'm not sure what is this, but we can have a look right now. And we don't need this. To be honest, I don't see any difference. Sure, let's use it. And then that's it. And here you can edit the cover actually. This is gonna be the thumbnail, but I recommend you create a separate thumbnail. That's an important thing, to create a separate thumbnail where you make it nice. You can use Canva, you can use other tools, but make it nice. Let's export the video first. Right now we export this and we're gonna add the captions. A quick update on this video because I was editing the video and I noticed something. And just to clear the confusion. In the video, I was talking about 2 videos that we are gonna edit. The first one, which you just saw, and then the next one, which I didn't show you because I didn't talk much while I was editing the video. Because it probably took me like 2 to 3 hours to edit the first video that you saw. So I didn't post the other one because there was not much to learn from it, as I didn't say anything. And the process was exactly the same. And I was thinking, if you really want to see that video, and if you think that seeing me editing a video and talking a bit more than I actually talk in the previous one would help you, I'm gonna put a link down below where you can click and you can see me edit the video in real time. And I'm talking more when I'm editing that video because it was more planned. Another thing, you are about to see the captions, how we put captions, how we make it nice. But we are gonna use the second video, the one that you did not see me edit. And we are doing that because the first one took way longer to be processed, and we did the second one meanwhile the first one was processed, and the explanation was much better on this one. So if I show you the first video with captions, you won't understand much. So we are gonna use the second video even if we edit the first video, and you can see the editing of the second video as well in the link down below. So right now we are in caption, we save the videos, we just have to put captions and that's it. So we upload the video right here, we choose the language. You have a bunch of languages here if you want to choose from. You can translate it as well. Alright, so we have the video right here. With Gringo for Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. Here's how it went. Luis. And as you can see, it's so easy. They give you everything right here and it's quite accurate. You can change every word. And there's also a nice iPhone app. I'm not sure if they have it on Android, but they have it on the iOS, so it's really nice. And then you can choose from different styles right here, whatever you like. For this video, I'd say the captions are not that important, but I just want to have them there. So, and also you can create one of your own. But let's go with this and we can click edit right here. We have the font, which I like for now. Text color is good. Stroke color, let's put one here. Shadow, I don't want a shadow. Maybe 30%. Sure. Align in the center. I want to be like this. Yes, effects, emphasize keywords, emphasize color, we can put it with green. Text color, white is good. Alright, and another thing that I would do, it's Montserrat, but I would like to use this one. When I arrive at his place, I prepare the Alright. right. I don't like how it changes, so let's do this. Circuit based on his body weight and fitness level. After the stretching session to unlock the hips and 3 minutes of rope skipping, blood flowing, we started with some rope skipping to blood flowing. We started with some dynamic squats to overhead press with seconds each with 10-second breaks. Right after, we move into some pad work, perfecting the technique, burning calories and build. This is it, we got it. Too much, maybe. Some real fighting skill. Everything took 15 minutes, burned 532 calories and pumped the muscles like crazy. And if you too want to lose weight, build muscles and get... Then we can make the active words yellow. 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 Like this, and then I feel like something's missing from here. Get in shape while learning how to fight here in Sao Paulo. Follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Way to Gringo for Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. Here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn the basics of Muay Thai, so when I arrived at his place, I prepared the circuit based on his body weight and fitness level. After the stretching session to unlock the hips and 3 minutes of rope skipping to get the blood flowing, we started with some dynamic squats to overhead press with kettlebells. This builds shoulder strength and explosiveness. Then we move right into the side to side. If you are doing this on your iPhone, you can put emojis automatically as well, which is nice. Yeah, and then you will have to make sure that the words are actually matching some of them, especially with me, with my accent. Sometimes it gets the words wrong. So we took Gringo for Muay Thai session here in Sao Paulo. Here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn the basics of Muay Thai, so when I arrived at his place, I prepared the circuit. Based on his body weight and fitness level. After the stretching session to unlock the hips and 3 minutes of rope skipping to get the blood flowing, we started with some dynamic squats to overhead press with kettlebells. This builds shoulder strength and explosiveness. Then we move right into the side to side ab movement with the ball to get a strong core and to improve the hook power. And lastly, some biceps curls. 30 seconds each with 10-second breaks. Right after, we move into some pad work, perfecting the technique, burning calories and building some real fighting skill. Everything took 15 minutes, burned... Actually, I wanted to say 50 minutes. 15 minutes, burned 532 calories and pumped the muscles like crazy. And if you too want to lose weight, build muscles and get in shape while learning how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Pretty nice. And yes, on the iPhone app, you're gonna have a section or like a button that will put emojis automatically, and that will actually make the video even nicer, which I highly recommend. But yeah, this is it. Now we have a full video with the captions as well, and way easier to do it here than in CapCut. So let's... Way to Gringo for Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo. Here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn the basics of Muay Thai, so when I arrived at his place, I prepared the circuit based on his body weight and fitness level. After the stretching session to unlock the hips and 3 minutes of rope skipping, blood flowing, we started with some dynamic squats to overhead press with kettlebells. Blood flowing and at his place, I prepared the circuit based on his body weight and fitness level. After the stretching session to unlock the hips and 3 minutes of rope skipping, blood flowing, we started with some dynamic squats to overhead press with kettlebells. This builds shoulder strength and explosiveness. muscles. Then we move right into the side to side ab movement with the ball to get a strong core and to improve the hook power. And lastly, some biceps curls. 30 seconds each with 10-second breaks. Right after, we move into some pad work, perfecting the technique, burning calories, and building some real fighting skill. Everything took 15 minutes, burned 532 calories, and pumped the muscles like crazy. And if you too want to lose weight, build muscles, and get in shape while learning how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. Nice, that is it. So we have a video ready to go, ready to be posted, and it's pretty good video. We have caption, we have everything, and I actually really like the video. Let's do the other one as well, really fast. So let's go with this one. Let's edit it, text color, and put 50% here, like this. High punctuation, size color, active words, let's make them yellow. I like this combination. No background color, transition pop, tone punctuation pop, and word. We took Gringo for a Muay Thai session in Sao Paulo, and here's how it went. Luis wanted to build muscles and learn Muay Thai, so I designed a circuit tailored for his body weight, fitness, and skill level. And most trainers say that you cannot lose weight and build muscles at the same time. But that's just wrong, so here's how we did both in one session. We started with mobility work to unlock tight hips, then we hit sprints to fire up the body. Next, in true Muay Thai fashion, jump squats and kicks. 3 sets of 15 each side. To build strength, we work from the ground up. Dynamic lunges for legs, then core training with a mat ball and leg raises. We finished the circuit with squat to overhead press, because we wanted to target the full body and shoulders. At this point, the muscles were firing already, so we wrapped up with 5 rounds of pad work, tightening technique and burning calories fast. This high intensity, high resistance combo forces the muscles to grow, and the pump after is wild. Now, this is an advanced session, because Luis was training for 6 months, but I personalize every workout based on your level. So if you want to burn fat, build muscles, and learn how to fight here in Sao Paulo, follow me and I'll show you exactly how. And that's it. Actually, I really like the video. With the captions and everything, looks really good. And this is it. Now you know everything that you have to do, and you have all the knowledge. You have basically everything that you need in order to start creating this type of videos for yourself, for your business. And you can even start to use this or to offer this as a service for clients. So you can create the videos from start, you can edit the videos or whatever, because right now you have the power to do it. And with this power, you can do whatever you want, and you can start presenting yourself the way you want to present yourself and the way that your audience wants to see you in front of them. And I'm super happy for you. I'm actually really pumped because most of the training is done. We are going to move in the last segment where I talk about the posting stuff, like how to post, if it matters when you post, if the hashtags matter, so all this type of stuff. But mostly the training is completed for a portion of 95%. So again, congrats, you are better right now, or you have the potential to be better than 90% of creators out there, and do whatever you want with social media content. Because now you know how to create content that produces a shift in people's minds.